to a one-point game. And then we fumbled the ensuing kickoff. We hold them to a punt. We score. We hold them to another punt. We score again. They get one back, but then Holder jumps that route.
Wow.
I mean, it's been Courtney Holder all the time tonight, but, man, they've just weathered some storms, come through it. I think they've been pretty resilient. And as Coach talked about in the coach's interview this week, it's the big plays, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look at what you just talked about. That's exactly what's turning this game around.
I mean, Courtney Holder's pick six was just a thing of beauty. Here's a run by Hancock. He's going to be inside the 10.
Jeez.
It took about 6 Falcons to take him down. He's hit it about the 13-yard line, finally tackled at the 5. It's going to set up 1st and goal, but again, the good thing is it just keeps the clock moving. Chains are reset.
Sasser having to run off real quick.
Ross going to fire the fade to the left corner of the end zone. That ball's going to be out of bounds. It's caught, but it's out of bounds. They went to Kadarian Jones. Keegan Brewer in the coverage for the Falcons.
Yeah, Brett had to run all the way off the field and barely got off in time to get off the field, so we didn't get a flag on that play.
A minute 30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, the Falcons lead by 21. It's 2nd and goal for the Knights at the Falcon 5. Oh, Hancock gets hit in the backfield. Courtney Holder comes in on a backside blitz and just blows up Hancock for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah.
Man, Courtney got there quick.
Why is he still in the game right now? I'd be giving him that guy on the bench and giving him a blow, make sure he didn't get injured.
Second timeout called by the Knights with a minute 19 left to go here in the fourth quarter. They have one left. They trail by 21. Brother Van, what do you have from the sideline?
Well, I tell you what, the game, I mean, wouldn't you agree it was a lot closer than the scoreboard shows?
Yes.
I don't know. It's a good feeling, though, getting ready to go into district play next week. A big win like this. So, I think we're looking good.
I think Coach overall has to be feeling good about it. We just have to clean up these turnovers were the problem tonight. Obviously, we have weathered this storm and kind of imposed our will on this team, but overall, they come out of non-district play with a 3-1 record. I can tell you, I didn't know quite what to think out of Kimball, but I did know our first 3 opponents were going to be salty teams.
Right.
Kimball, this has been a very good Kimball team, giving Lake Dallas everything they can handle. Here's a fade to the right corner. Man, that is right. That pass is also caught, but it's out of bounds. Man. On the back line. Roundtree had great coverage, but what do you do against a 6'4" receiver?
They are going at Roundtree. They think they can beat these matchups with him, and he's not giving up. Roundtree is putting all his effort into it and doing a great job of answering the call there. He gets beat once in a while, but he's really doing a good job.
My gosh, I mean, that kid is a big receiver. He's got 9 balls for 169 yards. 3rd and goal. This time they go back to the left side. It's Kadarian Jones who goes up high over Keegan.
Yep.
He's going to haul it in for the night touchdown. That's just tough to stop. These are very athletic receivers.
Yeah.
They have the height. They have, hey, that's a smart play call by the coach.
I was going to say, yeah, they can jump.
I mean, I certainly don't mind. I mean, if I'm that coach, that's what type of stuff I'm running.
Yeah, I mean, twice his size, he can go up in the air and get it, and it's just a good athletic play.
I mean, Kadarian Jones, 6'2", 185. Number 25, Courtney Wright, 6'4", 180. I mean, those you put a few more pounds on them. Those are NFL type style body receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously college, but you look in the NFL, and you get a 6'4" guy, and you're saying that's a big receiver, 6'2" guy with hands.
Oh, you're exactly right.
Here comes the kick ball.
Oh,
it's blocked.
Devontae Traylor with the block on that.
Very good. Picked up by Micah Fitzgerald at the 5. He's going to be run out of bounds.
Wow.
Interesting, with a minute 7 left. Falcons 49, Knights 34. Wow, that was fun to see that one, I guess, Nick.
That goes back to not giving up, not quitting. Even though we got this game in the bag and you could just take a play off, you don't take any snaps off. And here it is, and you get the block and keep them from getting an extra point. Awesome job.
So the Falcons now have a 15-point lead with a minute 7 left to go in the fourth quarter. Remember, the Knights used 2 of their timeouts on that last drive. They're down to 1 timeout. So the Falcons just need to recover this onside kick opportunity coming up, and they'll be easily able to run the clock out for their third victory in non-district play here. Their first game at Falcon Field this year.
Yeah, and a great start to our season. Yeah, we got some little kinks to work out. But, I'd rather see that in the first 3, 4, 5 games, as we're headed into the district play and tighten those things up. And I know coaches work on that. They watch a ton of film, and these boys are working really hard at making those mistakes go away.
Yeah, well, hey, we don't have a preseason. You play one scrimmage game, and it's a controlled scrimmage for the most part.
Yeah.
Everything else you got to learn in practice or by watching this game tape. How do we strengthen this? How do we do that? And overall, for the most part, I think the Falcons are doing a good job of bouncing back at some of the issues we saw early. I mean, you'll see a little bit of it repeating, but by and large, they're moving in the right direction.
No, I'm with you. I'm watching the line down here, and Coach Cosper, these coaches are just constantly in there coaching the entire game, no matter what the scoreboard says.
Look at that front line. They're saying, which way is it coming? I think it's going to kick it to the left. He had a really nice kick on the last onside try. Got a high bounce, exactly what they want. It's Kadarian Jones, number 18, over there for the Knights. And there it is again. There's that high one. Jones goes up to get it. It's on the ground. It's finally picked up by Sasser. You got to whistle that play dead.
Yeah, they did, and they're going to call it back
Okay,
here.
Finally at the 33, but it just seemed like the whistle came in so late because Sasser was tackled all the way back at the 21-yard line.
And take that play from the third quarter when he had that. Same type of play. Brett gets it up and runs down the field. Brett wisely this time grabbing the ball and making sure he had control of the ball regardless of what happened.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it's about protection.
Yep.
It's about taking care of the ball. No need to try to gain any yardage. You just want possession.
Yeah, give us the ball. Let's run the clock out.
And it's going to be victory formation. This is my favorite formation that the Falcons have. I mean, we could talk about the empty set. We could talk about, the big jumbo package with Tao F. and Fitzgerald in there. Talk about the 4 receivers left side, 1. But the victory formation, it's when Dagan goes up under center, takes a snap, takes a knee, and we're just going to wind this clock down.
Kind of like a nice little dessert at the end of the game, just a little treat for a game well played, and a little bit of a nice little icing on the cake.
Falcons going to have to take one more snap, and that ought to do it. So that clock shows 30, but these players are going to run to the 50-yard line, line up, and shake hands, and it was a competitive football game, Nick, all the way through.
Give hats off to Kimball. They came in here and gave us all we could handle, and did not give us an inch and came in and gave us a ball game.
Well, you got that right. I would like to go over some statistics from a team perspective. Falcons 22 first down, Kimball 16. Yardage 492 for the Falcons, Kimball with 417. Passing, Dagan was 19 for 28, 275. Rushing attempts 36 for us, 217 for them. Here's a big statistic, Nick. We talked about it coming in. Falcons, if they slow down the rushing attack of Kimball, I think that was a key to stopping them. Little did I know their passing game was this effective.
Yeah.
But Kimball with 29 carries, 88 yards. Falcons 2 fumbles. They lost both of them. Penalty yardage. Kimball had 7 for 82. Falcons 4 for 64. Punts, we had 1 for 33 yards. They had 6 punts, a 28-yard average. So that was a nice job. Definitely won that ball game. Of course, we punted less because we turned the ball over a few more times.
Right.
But time of possession relatively even, 25 minutes to 23 minutes. We'll go over some individual statistics.
Yeah, a lot of even stats right there. When you read down there, it'd be hard to see why that game wasn't real close.
Yeah, no doubt. Exactly. Dagan mentioned it before, 19 for 28 for 275. He had 1 touchdown pass. That's his 10th. Threw 2 interceptions. Now he has 5 on the year. Carrying the football, Dagan, again, the team's leading rusher. He came into the game as the team's leading ball carrier with 256 yards, 12 carries, 97, scored 1 on the ground. Here's the interesting one. Courtney, the team's second leading rusher, 10 carries, 36 yards, 4 touchdowns. Don't forget, Courtney added the pick 6 late in the fourth quarter to really put the nail in the coffin.
Wow.
Aaron Berry, a nice job in the fourth quarter, 7 carries, 46 big yards. And the nice thing about what Berry did was he's just picking up first downs with his carries.
Yeah. And giving Courtney a very important blow for that all-important drive at the end there to punch in the score.
Yeah, Keegan with 4 carries, 33 yards. Tristan, 2 carries. Tristan Bowen, 8 yards. Josiah had 1 for -3. Receiving, Keegan, 6 for only 17, surprisingly, and a long of 14. So that just means these little wide receiver screens were getting bottled up, nowhere to go. You know, that means 5 other catches, 3 net yards. So he just couldn't break free. But you know what I do like? I'll put that ball in the hands of Keegan and take my chances.
Oh, for sure.
You know, Brett Sasser, 5 receptions, 51 yards. Josh Rowe, 3 receptions, 89 yards. That's a nice average, 30 yards a catch. The Shack, Garrett Shackelford, 2 receptions, 60 yards, along a 38. And good to see Shackelford find the end zone for the first time this year.
Yeah. You know what I love best about what you're describing there? You're having to name so many of our Falcon players out there. We really have an offense made up of a whole team of people. It's not a 2-3 target type situation.
Coach has talked about that with me in some previous interviews about the depth of his receiving core, about the fact that he feels like, you know, some of their number 2, 3 guys could have been number 1 guys in years past.
Yeah.
So he feels really comfortable with that. And it is good to see, you know, Courtney's your starting tailback, but when you get a kid like Aaron Berry going in to be effective and pick up those necessary yards and give number 14 a blow so he can play more defense, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, especially when we got these guys, you know, Brewer's playing a lot of two-way. Shaq's playing a little two-way. Sasser's playing a little two-way. Holder's playing a lot of two-way.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Josiah playing a lot of two-way.
Yep, and Josiah's a little more situational from the short yardage stuff.
Yeah.
But still, there are a lot of guys going both ways. Tristan Bowen, 2 catches, 49 yards. That's great. Courtney Holder, a catch for 9 yards. And those are your offensive statistics. Any other thoughts, Brother Van, from you? Are you still with us? Nick, you got anything else from tonight's game?
No, just great job, Falcons. Way to pull it together. And, you know, what should have been an easier game for us turned out to be a dogfight, and we showed up and still showed our moxie.
All right.